JavaScript errors. In JavaScript, errors will happen. Sometimes the errors will come as a result of the fact that you omitted something or you misspelled something or you try to perpetrate the wrong syntax. So errors will happen, even though it might not be obvious, but errors can happen in your code or program. Now, when executing JavaScript code, different errors can occur. Errors can be coding errors made by the programmer, errors due to wrong input, and other unforeseeable things. Now, when we talked about errors in JavaScript, we have different types of errors. And there are the list of some of them. We have the reference errors. If you reference something in the wrong way, we have the type errors, we have the range errors, we have the URI errors, we have the syntax errors, and we have the eval error, which is deprecated, it's no longer in use. And then we also have the silent errors, so which we are going to talk about. Now, when errors happen in JavaScript, how do you handle those errors? Now, the try statement allows you to define a block of code to be tested for errors while it is being executed. The catch statement allows you to define a block of code to be executed if an error occurs in the try block. The JavaScript statement try and catch come in play. So one way to handle error is by using the try and catch a block of code in order to test for error when your code is being executed. Now, a reference errors occur if you see if you use a variable that does not exist. So, for example, let's say you are calling an output on a variable that does not exist. That type of error is called a reference error because what you are trying to output uh, does not pass into your system, and so it doesn't exist. JavaScript sees it as non-existent, and so it will give a reference error. For example, say you have something like this in your code. Now, say I have something like this, first name. Now you can see FOO is not defined. So this is an example of a reference error. Or if you have something like this, you say let x equals to y. And now you now want to give y a value equals to 5. Now let's get out. Let me use pause so you can see y is not defined because you cannot access y before initialization. So it has not been so I want to output y itself. Yeah, you can see y is not defined even though I have it here, but I've already initialized it. I've already been accessing it here before initializing, and that is why I am getting this error. So you cannot use a non-existent variables in JavaScript that will show a reference error. So what that means is this. So we have a variable. I give it a value of 5. So let's use the try and catch code block here. And then say x equals to y plus 1. Catch. What do I want to catch? The error. I want to catch the error. X equals to error plus error message. Documents. It got elements by IT. I'll take a look at this This is what is giving the reference error. And why is that? Because what we are trying to add to one does not exist. You can see that there is no place inside this code where y is defined as our variable, and that is why we are running into that reference error that you can see on my screen. Another example will be this. Using the try and catch block, code block, try, let x equals to y, let y equals to 5. Look at this. This is another example of a reference error. Can't access lexical declaration y before initialization. So if you try to access y here before it is being declared, before it is being declared, it will throw this error, declaration y before initialization. But if you move this up like this, you can see that that error is gone. So that is the difference. So when you try to use a variable that has not been initialized, using the let keyword, it will not allow you. I will always throw this type of error to you to let you know that the variable you are trying to use or that you are trying to call does not exist yet in the memory. And that is the meaning of that reference error. So it will treat it as a non-existent value in your code and will return a reference error back to you in your code.